how to make somebody call you in 30 seconds or less without you having to get in touch with them yourself. Try this technique now. Remember, everything's energy and frequency, and we live in multiple realities, and what we tune our vibration into is what's going to determine what we manifest and what reality we experience around us. This is a way for you to tune into a reality where you are receiving a phone call from your specific person or anyone that you are waiting on a phone call, be it a friend, a colleague, or waiting an update on some news. And everything is based on our beliefs and our perceptions. And if you shift your perspective, your belief, your feeling state, and your present reality perceptions to what it is that you want and claim it for yourself, there is absolutely no reason why you cannot manifest this phone call that you are looking for in as little as 30 seconds or less. It is so possible if you do this right. And this can work even for a text message or some sort of notification or a sign from the universe. Remember, the universe is not limited to how it can communicate its messages to you, and there are also very detailed signs that you can receive that let you know when your manifestation is on the way. So even if it does take longer than 30 seconds, this may not work for everyone depending on how in tune you are to this reality, and also what is for your highest and best. Because remember, although we are creators and we can create realities and tune into the realities that we want, if we genuinely want what is for our highest and best, there is divine timing. And divine timing and the universal consciousness, the higher intelligence, is what takes care of all of the details as to when your manifestations will happen, how and in what form, and at the precise moment that is right for you. All of the nitty-gritty details we don't need to worry about. All we need to do is match our vibration and match our feeling state to bring that reality to us. That's literally all we're going to be doing here. It's a technique to get ourselves in that feeling state. By universal law and universal intelligence, it will bring that forth to us if we can match our frequency in the right way. But then the key thing to do is to let go, trust, and allow the process to happen. So even if you don't get the phone call in 30 seconds or less, if you do, that's wonderful. But be open and receptive and expecting some form of sign or message from the universe, even if it's a subtle communication, that the energy is shifted and that you are tuning in your frequency. Keep doing this method to get momentum until you get that phone call, until you get that sign where it's right in front of you and you're like, yes, I know exactly what this is about. And so here is the technique. Now we're going to be calling on a powerful technique to couple with this process, which is the power of gratitude. For those who are familiar with manifestation, law of assumption teachings and Neville Goddard teachings, and the law of attraction, and my previous videos, we do talk a lot about the power of gratitude. Gratitude is an elevated emotion that has been shown that when we tune into this feeling, we can provide wonderful healing benefits for the physical body. But not only that, it really boosts our vibration and our frequency state to really be in the place of receptivity. Because remember, everything is energy and frequency, and what we experience is being reflected on our feeling state. So if we have the feeling of gratitude, giving thanks for everything that we have already received, being grateful, not only are we improving our elevated state of being and raising a vibration, but we are putting out the vibration of thank you, universe. We are receiving something. I am receiving something that I am grateful for. So consequently, the vibration, the feeling state that you are communicating out to the universe is gratitude for receiving something you've really wanted. Of course, that's going to be reflected back to you through having more things to be grateful for. So what you are going to be doing is you're going to be saying thank you, universe. If you sit quietly for a moment, bring in the elevated feelings of gratitude. Focus on your heart center. Take a few deep breaths. And think of all the things that you are so grateful for that you have already received. And sit with that elevated emotion, that feeling, with that feeling of gratitude. And as you really begin to feel that feeling of gratitude, start to say thank you. Thank you, universe, for this phone call that I'm going to receive. Call upon the feeling of gratitude from everything that you are grateful for that you have already received. And start saying thank you. Bring into that feeling, think of the thought of getting the phone call from the specific person that you want to get your call from, and start coupling it with that feeling. Thank you, thank you. And as you are saying thank you universe for this phone call, call to mind what it would feel like to receive a phone call from this particular person in the next 30 seconds, in the next minute, or whenever it will be. Don't think too much about when you will get the call. Just focus on the feeling of how you would feel if you got that phone call, if you got that text message, if you got that notification, if you met up with that person. Of course, this technique can also be applied to whatever it is that we want to manifest. But we're particularly focusing on receiving some form of communication. But it doesn't matter what it is that you want to manifest. Apply this technique. Bring in that feeling of gratitude. Sit with it. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, universe. And then come to mind the particular person that you want to hear from, or the news that you want to hear, the notification that you want to hear, and start to play in your mind, and then start to feel what it would be like if you got that phone call, if you got that message, if you got that update right now. How does it feel? Are you excited? Are you happy? Are you joyous? Are you thankful? And just say, oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It is done. It is done. Really feel that. And what we're doing here is we're making the experience so vivid inside. For our internal perceptions, this experience is already happening in our imagination, in our inner being, in our internal state. It's already real within us. And what we play as an experience inside us, our subconscious mind does not know the difference between what is going on inside of us and our outer reality. So you are programming the experience of what it would be like inside. So internally, you are experiencing that event already. And if you maintain this energy and this frequency, it will happen. It will be reflected in your outer circumstances. And now what you do is you say, thank you, universe. Thank you, higher self. It is done. It is done. It is done. And so it is. You come out of your meditation, open your eyes, take a drink of water, and forget it. Let it all go. Let the universe take care of all of the details. Forget about what you've just done. Forget about what you've just done. Go about your day as normal. Don't be checking your phone. Don't be analysing people's behaviours. Don't be judging and waiting and timing. You know, well, nothing's turned up yet. Just allow the process to happen. The key thing to do in any manifestation is to almost forget about what you've done, to not be in that place of need, to not come a place of fear or a place of lack or challenging it. Don't test the universe, because that's not coming from a sincere place. That is actually still coming from fear. Summary: get yourself into a relaxed, meditative state. Call upon the feeling of gratitude for what you have already received. Call to mind the particular person that you want to receive a phone call from, or a notification from, or whatever it is that you're looking to manifest. And bring in, with that feeling of gratitude, start saying thank you for this phone call, for your manifestation, as if it's already real. And then start to focus on the feelings inside of how you would react if it actually happened right now. How you would react, how it would make you feel to get that phone call, to get that information, to get that manifestation, whatever it is, and start to play with it and make it very vivid in your mind. Make a conscious effort to make it so real internally. That is what we are doing. We are making it real internally, not worrying about the external. Make it as vivid as possible inside yourself. And then when you've imagined it, you've lived it, you've experienced it, you felt it, you give thanks once again and say, it is done, it is done, it is done. And then you let go and surrender the details up to the universe and your higher self to take care of what we would call the inner work, what we would call taking care of all of the details. You don't need to worry about all that. the higher intelligence does the heavy lifting for you. But let me know in the comments down below how you got on with this technique, and if you found it to be useful, if you found it to be helpful, or have you tried something similar like this before, and what was the process that you went through to make it happen, and how long did it take to receive that manifestation. But if you would like to find out more techniques of how to use the law of assumption and Neville Goddard techniques for your manifestations, check out this video up here and it'll tell you everything you need to know. Love and light.